everyone. Welcome to the Falesha Raquel show. I am so super excited today because we are going to be speaking to the one and only Josiah, who is the CEO and the owner of Tile by Whitney. And I love this topic because a lot of you watching know that I grew up in construction, and it's not often that I get a chance to really sit down and speak to somebody in this line of work. So I'm really excited to bring the latest trends, all of the cool things that surround this line of work. So let's dive in. Without further ado, I want to welcome you to the show. Hey, brother, how you doing?
Hey, how are you? I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
No problem, no problem. So yeah, we were talking about just the difference when it comes to certain trends with your line of work. So before we get in, why don't you enlighten the viewers and the listeners right now about who you are and your company and what exactly you do?
Okay, so my name is Josiah Whitney. Tyler by Whitney, like you've heard. I specialize in custom and luxury tile installation. So mostly residential homes on the bigger side. We take care of anything in the house that has to do with tile. So washrooms, foyers, powder rooms, kitchen backsplash, even the custom stuff, so feature walls, fireplaces and stuff like that. Obviously the master washrooms, en suites, anything to do with tile in the home, we take care of. But like I said, we're on the custom and luxury side of things.
I love that. I love that. So, what do you feel is like the most trending thing right now going on? You know, I know this is something that you really do every single day. This is your line of work. And I speak about this also during my show on the radio. And we're always looking for what is trending, you know? So, what is it that's exactly trending for a lot of homeowners right now? What are they wanting installed in their homes?
So what I've been doing a lot recently in the past year or two is a lot of herringbone. A
Mm.
lot of herringbone. That's like the newest pattern. That's the newest thing. Everybody's talking about herringbone. Everyone's inquiring about herringbone, whether they're getting it done or they're not. Herringbone is like something to be spoken about. That's what people are talking about. And bigger tiles. So like you'll get 24 by 24. You'll get 24 by 48. Sometimes you get 3 by 3, which is actually my favorite tile, like personally, 3 by 3. And then you'll get even bigger into like the slabs. Like you'll get like the 6 by 4s, 8 by 4s, 9 by 5s, and
Yeah.
10 by 5s. So that's what's trending. Bigger tile and herringbone for sure. Definitely is what I would say.
I love that. So the bigger the tile, the more spacious the home will look when you install it.
Right. Absolutely. You have the less grout lines, so you're not cleaning as much. With the smaller tile, you have a lot more grout lines, but you know, um, people are talking about less grout lines. That looks a little bit. That's like a cleaner look. Obviously, with the herringbone, you're gonna get more grout lines, but it looks really good in the home, and like it really
Yes.
elevates the space. So yeah, herringbone. I even like herringbone a lot. Like that, I'm definitely gonna install that in my home.
Nice.
Exactly.
Love it.
Yeah.
So in regards to grout, right?
Right. Hmm.
Let's just say in a high traffic area like your kitchen,
Right.
what colors would you think? Because this is something I think a lot of people overlook is the color, right?
Right.
And ladies and
Mhm.
gentlemen watching this right now, there is a difference, right? If you go with white or you go with gray or there's beige,
Mhm.
what would you suggest in a high traffic area?
Okay, so I'll give you an actual product that I use. Like the product is sorry, the brand and the product. So it's Mapai
Mhm.
FA Ultra Color. So you'll see the Mapai grout bags, but you want the FA. So the FA has the built-in sealer, and it's part sand, part regular grout, and it's actually stronger than the unsanded and the sanded grout. So that's like the best thing to use.
Mhm.
It's easier to clean, and for color, I'd say if you're going with like a white, you don't want to actually use white because white actually has a yellow tint to it. And when
Mhm.
it comes out, it has that yellow tint. It kind of looks a bit dirty when you have like white tiles.
Yeah.
So if you want to get the Mapei Ultra Color FA, and it's Avalanche. For
Mm,
anything white, you want Avalanche. Anything that has a little bit of gray in it, you want to use Frost. And those are the two different color grouts that I use like almost on every single job I have. Frost and Avalanche.
nice. No, that's
And
really
those,
so.
right.
Let's enlighten the viewers and the listeners right now in regards to the difference of
Hmm.
sanded and unsanded grout. Because, you can go into Home Depot. Some people are trying to do things themselves these days,
Hmm.
save on cost. They get into that aisle and they're like, wait, sanded, unsanded. Some of them don't
Right.
even just go for the color. They don't even realize that there's a difference.
Right.
So what
Right.
is,
So sanded actually looks like a bit more rocky, like it's a bit more rough. And the unsanded just looks smooth. It's like it's really smooth. Like
Mhm.
it looks like almost looks like clay, kind of,
Okay.
right? I kind of I don't honestly I don't like either. I like going with the FA because it's a mix, so you have the smooth mixed with a little bit of sand, but it's like it's not as much sand as the sanded grout where it looks like like rough. Like it looks really rough. Like if you have like so if you bought your home new, if you
Yeah.
bought like a new build, like a new home, on the floors that'll be sanded grout. Like so that rough, like darkish looking grout that's like, like it'll look nice, but it's not as appealing as the FA grout
Okay.
would look. Yeah.
Is it cheaper? That's why?
Um Honestly, it's around the same price.
Oh, so
It's
it's just
actually around the
it's a
same. It's like
preference for preference then.
I believe so, yeah. I believe it's a preference. And obviously you have a lot of construction companies that are buying products and using them in on their projects, right? So you obviously have a lot of unsanded and sanded grouts being sold right now, but I would suggest I would suggest using the FA, the mix between the sanded and the unsanded. You can't go wrong with that at all.
Nice.
And it's easier to clean. Like the unsanded and the sanded grout,
Mhm.
it's a little bit harder to clean like over time, but the FA is really strong, and I would suggest that for anybody to grab and use in their home or their projects.
What is your outlook on mixing tiles? Now, I know a lot of people like they end up mixing tiles because maybe budget wise, or they have some laying around that they really love, but they don't have
Hmm.
enough, or they want to have
Hmm.
a their wall, or they want it in certain areas. Would you suggest like mixing tiles is okay?
I would suggest it depending on the space.
Mhm.
Like, so my thing, what I really love is the powder room, and doing a feature wall in the powder room, and doing the floor different from the wall. So
Okay.
it just depends on the space, and if you have enough tile for the space you're looking at. But yeah,
Okay.
you can mix it. You can mix anything. Anything can look good together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would depend on colors as well, but yeah, you can get something done definitely with the mixing of tops.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to put it out there because a lot of people it's kind of like fashion, right? Is it okay
Hmm.
to kind of mix silvers and golds? So can you mix
Hmm.
patterns, like maybe
You're
dark
right, right, right.
or ones with patterns? Like, is that okay?
Hmm.
Right? Um,
Absolutely, absolutely.
yeah. So growing up in construction, I know you've probably grown up in it. I've grown up in construction. I know there's a lot of fuzz, I'm going to say, around the term remodeling versus
Mm-hmm.
renovation. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so let's bring some enlightenment to that because I wanted to clear this up. I do more often than not get people saying, hey, I want to get a renovation done. Right.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, they're actually looking for a remodeling, like an actual overhaul of everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what is the difference between the two?
I'd say a renovation it's on like the smaller scale
Mhm.
of like a job. And I'd say the remodeling is like you'll go as far as bringing in an engineer to do something structural.
Mhm.
Um, so let's say let's say you want to put new tile in your bathroom.
Mhm.
I'd say that's more of like a renovation. But
Mhm.
now if you want to convert your tub and change it into a curbless shower, or if you want to change relocate your vanity and relocate your toilet, now you're getting into more of you're bringing in your licensed trades to take care of something bigger, like you're changing your whole washroom, you're changing
Yeah.
the whole look of your washroom, the whole
Whole
feel
layout.
of
You're
your
doing the whole
washroom
layout.
layout, everything,
Yeah.
everything. So yeah, the renovations on a little bit more on the smaller side of things, and the remodeling is you're really transforming your whole space,
Love it.
basically.
Love it.
Yeah.
So, in other words, ladies and gentlemen, a renovation is small. So, if you're changing out a toilet or you're changing out a vanity, but in terms of a remodel, that's you doing a whole layout change, if you will, complete gutting that space, that area, and just, redoing it completely. So, no, that's awesome. Um, so in regards to, I have two more questions. In regards to your experience dealing with clients, what is the craziest thing or anything that you can share that's
Mhm.
happened with you being in this business experience with a client before? I know it's not easy. I come from the world.
Okay, so okay, I'm a positive person, so I'm gonna stay on that side of things. So we had a client that did her basement washroom, and she came down maybe a couple times just to see how things looked. And we just installed the floor, and she came down, she said, "Oh, it looks so good." And I was like, "Okay, that's a good sign, we're not even done and you're already, happy about things." But when we finished now and everything was grouted up, silicone and stuff like that, she came down and she started crying. She started crying. She said, "It looks so good. I can't believe this." She
Oh,
giving she was giving us hugs and stuff like this, and I'm like, I don't know if I would have hugged your wife. Like she was really appreciative of the job we done, and I was really happy. That's the first time I ever experienced anything like that. But yeah, she came downstairs and she started crying,
yeah.
and she was really happy. So yeah, that I think that might have been the craziest thing. We
Wow.
really just go in there, get our job done, and try to make the clients happy,
I
and
love
yeah, nothing too crazy.
that's good. You know
Yeah.
what? It's one of those things too when somebody could have grown up in a house and it just has dated things, and then finally they get the means to actually renovate or
Right,
remodel
right, right,
the tile, and it makes such a big
right,
difference. So it's really it just softens your heart kind of, and just makes you melt because these people have lived there, or maybe they bought a fixer-upper and now again they
right, right.
fix it and they're like, oh my gosh, this is something I'm calling home. It's a big deal, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that story. I love that. One last question. I love
Mm-hmm.
this question. So, if you had a superpower, what would it be and why? Anything. It could be anything.
Uh, oh wow. I would like to be like a Professor X, like be able to manipulate people's thoughts and control people and stuff like that, and reach the masses on a telepathic and subconscious level. And just I think that would be pretty cool and useful, you know, in the right ways.
In the right ways, of course.
Yeah,
That's pretty awesome. Now, I know
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
you're on the
Yeah.
job. I know you're currently on the
Yeah.
job right now and you got to get back to work, so I won't keep you. This has been so awesome. And ladies and gentlemen, if you got value
Thank
out
you
of
so much.
with Josiah, Tal by Whitney, please feel free to share this with anybody, subscribe to the channel, and like it. Don't forget to hit that button. Now, for everyone here that wants to follow you and just get more of you and be enlightened with, your creatives and everything that you offer, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Kyle by Whitney. You'll find it there. If you want to email me, my email is Whitney T and C at gmail.com. And if you want to send me a message by text message, my number is 647-774-7437. You can call or text me, and I'll get back to you fairly quickly.
Awesome. And you are serving the GTA here in Toronto.
Yep, GTA, even outside the GTA, like York region, even further out, I've gone as far as like Dundalk. That's
Wow.
like way, way out, like within an hour and a half drive.
Yeah.
I'll service, but if you have a project, we can always talk if you're further out, and we can figure something out. Anything can be done, so we can just talk about it.
Awesome, brother. Well, thank you once again for coming on the show and enlightening all of the listeners and all of the viewers today. Everyone, have yourself a powerful day, and we'll talk. Take care.